Yeah, so that was a mile off. Chopping, taking it out, chopping, taking it out. Ah dear, look at that. Alright chaps, we're back, and just like that, Christmas is over. I hope you've all had a good Christmas and a good New Year. I've been doing no work on the car whatsoever, so it's been nice to not have to come in and do any work. I had a week off, so yeah, that's been good. Quick modification this morning, swapped out this fuel tank, so basically it's just way too small. I don't even think it can hold 5 litres that, so it was every sort of, even before the end of the week it'd be running out of diesel. So I've got a 25 litre one fitted on, put a little fuel filter on it as well, and yeah, that's up and running, so I'll get some more diesel, fill it up, and that should last me a good while. So yeah, we're just going to dive straight back in onto the car, see what we can get done, carry on doing some rust repairs. So I think the first part we'll tackle is this section in here, and we'll do the same as what we did on the other side, where we'll chop off the bottom of the arch and then infill that in. Look at all the friggin' surface rust and everything just from being sat. Ah, it's a nightmare, isn't it? It's an absolute nightmare. So yeah, we'll crack on with this bit, get the template cut out, and progress from there. Right, so we've actually chopped the inner part of the top of the arch, chopped these bits out because it was never actually welded in properly when it's been done previously. And then we've got marked up here roughly the bit that we need just to go into that corner, so we'll whiz this off and we'll make this plate up. So we've got that chopped out, and that's gonna go into there, and like we did on the other side, we'll extend this across. Right, let's get to it. So in cardboard we've got it made up like this, and then this will sit up in there basically, and then we'll spot weld it from this other side. So this piece will get welded onto that piece, something like so, but in steel obviously. Right, we've got the shape roughly cut out into metal. I think what we'll do now is we'll sort of just weld it on, tack it on, and then start putting it into place and see what it looks like. Yeah, so that was a mile off. So we pulled it off, bent it round a little bit, and we'll go again, because yeah, that was no good where it was. But hey, yeah, trial and error. So we'll go again. So that took quite a lot of chopping, taking it out, chopping, taking it out, and putting it in to get it to where it is, saying it's there or thereabouts. So now we've just got to make all this good. So yeah, we've got to weld up all these big gaps and make it all into one piece. Right, we'll get it welded up, stick it together, or try. We've got some pretty big, might have to cut some little slivers out to go in here because there's some pretty big bits to fill, we'll see. Might get away with it. Right, I think these bits are too big. I can't fill the gap, so we're going to need some little slivers of metal to go in. Right, so when you see all the floaty white stuff, I'm gonna blow it. So that is the galv off these panels. Yeah, and it just makes them not weld as good. But that'll be good. We'll clean that up, and you'll never know how rough it looked. There's a lot of filling to do on that bit, so it was never going to be that great. But we'll get the grinder, and we'll grinder off. It shall look beautiful, he says, hopefully. Right, we're done. So we'll see how that fits. Right, that's it, boys and girls. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Fits good. And then that'll spot weld onto here. And then I say this can be obviously manipulated where you want. It'll keep the original, this original seam line down here. And then what we'll do is, because I've got the lip on it here, I'll put some holes in the back of here, and then obviously once that, then when that then goes in, and then I can spot weld it from the back in there on this other side. But I'll have to, what I'll have to do first is just clean up some of this surface rust that's come back, and put some, and treat it with some rust converter, get it all cleaned up inside there. Right, that'll do for today. There you go, Jesus, falling over. We've got a bit done. I've sort of had a couple of hours. I'll spin you around. So we've got inside here all the rust converter inside there, and then if you see, we've got them holes in the side of there so we can plug weld that panel in. So yeah, that's ready to go. I wanted to pick your brains, see if anybody knows. So all this was taken back to clean metal, and then I put the rust converter on it, and then underneath the rust converter it's like rusted, but none of it really comes out. You can't really tell, but none of it really, it's not onto your thumb or anything. You know, when you rub it, it's like trapped behind the sealant. So is that just because the metal has soaked water in while it's been bare metal, and then I've gone and put the rust converter on the top, then that sealed it, and then it's rusted behind the actual, you know, because the moisture can't get out? Is that what's going on? If anybody who's watching the videos knows, let me know, because then I also notice underneath, we'll just take you underneath the car, the bits here that I've done. So this is on the other side, but yeah, look at all the moisture on this. You see how wet it all is. It's all wet through, and it's like this little square seems worse. This jacking point seems worse than the other bits. Look. So why is that doing that? It's not too bad, because this is all going to be gone over again, and the same as in the arch. So I guess once I actually get the paint, you know, all ground back, rust converter and then paint on there, it should be all right. But I just think it's this, all the moisture in the air, it's just messing everything up. But anyhow, not to worry, we'll sort it. Right, but yeah, for today, that'll do. It is a cold, cold morning. Frozen. And yeah, I think the Disaster needs a new front wheel bearing. So that's the first job on today's list. We'll see if we can get this pinged out. I'm hoping that's what's wrong with it. Let's see. Just had the wheel off. Yeah, and it seems fine. There's no real play in it. Front disc is catching on a bit, but I say actual play in. I wonder if it's maybe drive shaft. I'll leave it for now. I'm sure it's going to progressively get worse. Yeah, so annoyingly, I don't know what that is. We'll have to just leave it and see if it gets worse. But I can't see anything wrong with it at the minute. Maybe drive shaft or suspension, I'm not sure. It's just when you're cornering and you put that weight onto that side, it makes a whining noise like our bearing would sound. But I say that bearing seems fine. So yeah, we'll see. I'm sure it'll get worse. Either that or the wheel fall off. As soon as we can't do anything with that, we'll continue in the garage on the car. So we've got some paint into there. So we put the rust converter in yesterday, we've got the paint in, so then now we'll look at getting this welded into place. And this is from the other side. So this is them plug welds, spot welds, whatever you want to call them. So you see that's the panel. And there, so I can roughly feel that it's in line. Right, that's all welded in. On to the next bit. I will bang some paint on it and then we'll go on to the next bit. So now we've got that welded in. It's obviously because we've pulled this level with that, it's pulled that gap in there a bit, but I'm not too concerned. I think between we can knock this back a bit and pull this a bit further forward and we'll get the two to meet. So we'll get this spot welded in here. Got that pulled in, cleaned up, some holes in, ready to spot weld it. We'll use these grips to pull it totally close to, and we'll get that welded in. Yeah, so my phone decided to turn itself off halfway through that, but anyway, it's in. It is sunken a bit, just because I can't get behind it. If I could get behind that, I'd be able to knock that flat, but I might just put a little bit of filler in there and level it off. But that's where I cut the arch out, what I was on about yesterday, the inner arch. So that's been chopped out all the way around now. So yeah, I'm happy with that. We'll stick some paint on it and we'll move on from there. We've obliterated it in paint. The next part that I'm gonna do, I am not looking forward to, just because of accessibility really. So we're gonna tackle that up there. I'm not looking forward to that. It is gonna be nightmare. Yeah, the main problem with this is accessibility. So you're crunched up in the back of this car, which is a tiny car, and you're having to crawl in and out the boot. Yeah, it makes it really tricky. But no point in bitching about it, just got to get it done, haven't we? So let's crack on. First thing we'll do is we'll take the spot welds off these, this and this, and we'll take these off. Oh my God, ugh, that was fighting me. What a nightmare. Oh, I'm sweating. Yeah, that was a pain. I knew it was going to be a pain. Spin you around. Ah dear, look at that. Wow. Yeah, that was just awful. So this is the plate I was taking off, and you can't even see where the spot welds were on it. Look, oh, you can just see that one there, but at that top bit there's one directly underneath there. Couldn't see that. Oh, it was awful. Yeah, and then this is so thin in comparison to this. So as soon as you start putting a chisel underneath, like put this underneath to try and chisel it up, you just end up cutting directly into that. But hey yo. And then there was that bit on the back up here. I got that off alright, put a little hole there. But ah dear. That's the other bit we took off. But so yeah, so that's what we're left with. Dearie me. I think for today that'll do. I've probably been an hour trying to get that off. Like it was not wanting to come off. I knew it was going to be horrible from when I did the other side. That was just the same. But it's off, and now we can repair it and we can make it all good. But yeah, for today, that'll do me. Right, we're back. It's the next day. Late on. We've been out walking. New Year's Day. So I think, looking at this, what I think I'm going to do is chop some of this off, neaten it up. I'm going to chop that off. That's spot welded on to the underside of there. So I think I'm going to chop it along the spot welds, take that out, chop this bit off, chop a bit out of here, choppity chop, and yeah, we'll go from there. So in other words, I really ain't got a clue what I'm doing. I'm just going to blag it. Sweet. Oh God, I've got to climb out. Jesus Christ. Little mini one. See if that can fit in. Oh, what? My finger file's packed in. Like, I'm not sure if in the back of here, if it had like a rubber bit on it, so that the belt would grip onto it. So now it's just spinning it off. She's been good. I've had new bushes in her, so she has served me well. We'll have to get a new one, but makes it a bit tricky for doing this. Let's have a look. What can we clean this up with? We've got that cleaned up, cut out, got all the rust taken off, ready to start putting some new metal in there. So now we've got it all chopped out to how we want it, we'll make some cardboard templates up. So that is the cardboard template we've got made out, sitting like so. So we'll do it in this 1mm steel and we'll see how it turns out. So that's like fits perfect at the minute, so hopefully if I can make this exactly the same, it should fit nice. First go, that ain't bad. It's just slightly here. I need either take a bit more just off this or a bit off this, but everywhere else fits up nicely. That should weld in nice. Sweet. We've got that made perfectly how we want it. It's just slipped down a bit, but Yeah, that's going to be spot on in there. But instead of tacking that in, I'm going to make that little back lip piece, because really I want to get that in first, and then on the back side of that little lip piece, if any weld comes through, I can from underneath grind it flush and then spot weld the two pieces together, or if that makes sense. And she is made. So this is done with 1.5mm steel, so a bit thicker, and I've slightly bent, you can see I've slightly bent that round, so that's gonna sit. Geez, look at me, I'm shaking, I need my tea. That'll sit like something like so, you get the gist. But yeah, so that'll be welded in first. We'll get that little split there welded up. I'll stick some well-through primer on here just to stop this flash rusting over overnight. We'll tackle it again tomorrow, see what we get done tomorrow. We got a new belt sander on order. I went with the Sealy one, which I always think quite a good make, so yeah, that should be turning up tomorrow. Also, new sign in the garage. Big shout out to the mother-in-law. Thank you very much. I love it. Right, let's carry on getting this back end repaired. This strut top. Yeah, so we'll start doing some welding in there. Let's crack to it. I've drilled some spot holes in there, so that can weld to that other back piece. So yeah, I don't think there's anything to it now, but just to stick her in. We've got that tacked in. Just got to make obviously another little piece that's going to sit into here and attach to this top piece, and then all these spots to fill in, and it just to be fully welded up. But yeah, I think that'll look all right. I think what I need to do now is get from underneath the car and just sort of push this panel, you know, to make this super tight onto here. So push this panel from the back onto there. I've made just got a little metal wedge, and I've wedged it from underneath, and to push up this piece of steel here. So from the underside, that's this is the wedge that I'm on about. Just folded up a piece of steel, bang that up there. So that'll wedge that. Right, we've got that spot welded in. You can see there all the spots, good penetration on them all. And then what I've done here, this lip, I've bent this lip over because I made it so it's slightly hung lower than this part. So I've bent that over. I've welded it onto that corner. So I've got this bit to do, which is what I'm going to do next. But yeah, so basically I've bent that lip over. So then when you're looking from the top, that lip, I don't know if I can show you because I'm blocking my own light. You just see there. So then that lip is now bent underneath this joint here. So then when I weld all this up, I'm going to be actually welding onto this bent underneath piece here. So it'll give us a super strong join. Right, let's get this little bit done. Right, we've got that piece in, as you can see. And now we just need to zap the full thing. So that is what we are going to do. We're going to weld it all up. Hey darling. You alright?
Yeah. Have you got something to get again?
Oh, what you got me? Oh, my thing?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, dude.
It's still got some time to dry, but because the colours in it is gone really bendy.
Right.
So I'm still trying to figure that out, but you can have this with it as well.
Thanks, dude. Leave it inside for me because it'll get filthy in here.
Okay.
Do you want to watch something funny?
Funny?
Yeah. Do you want to watch your dad trying to get out of here? I don't even know where to start. But I've been sat in it for ages. My legs. Oh, my legs seize up. Oh my god. I'm out. That was horrible. Right, that will do for today. So we've got that all welded in. Obviously, until we get got that bit on the top repaired, until we get the finger file, can't really do much more with that. Got these holes on the sides welded up. I started to try and repair that, but I think I'm going to be better off just chopping it out and putting a new piece in. But yeah, I'm happy with that. I know it looks not brilliant there now, but once that's all filed back, I think it'll look all right. I think it'll look decent, and with a bit of filler in, and it's strong, which is obviously the main. That will do. It's whoops. Yeah, we're going for a few beers with some friends. So just a couple of hours, and Saturday tomorrow. So hopefully that finger file turns up and we'll get a bit more done. I'd like to, in this video, I'd like to get that fully repaired. Now I don't know if that's achievable or not, or at least fully welded. Maybe not filled, but fully welded. That would be good. Put these bits back in. Right, see you tomorrow. Saturday, we're back. We've had a load of snow here, so we've been out making snowmen and having snowball fights. So it's actually late on now. It's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So we'll get cracked on, see what we can get done. The finger file's still not turned up yet, so that should be here anytime soon, I would imagine. Right, let's get to it. First job that we're going to go for is chopping this section out and putting a fresh bit of steel in there. Right, let's do it. Hole chopped, new piece of metal chopped, ready to weld in. Just going to have to weld it in now. I'm going to do it off camera. Let's get to it. Sorry guys, I've not really been filming this afternoon. I sort of got going, filling that little piece in, and then my finger file turned up, and then the next one, I'll start filing, and then the next thing, yeah, I didn't even pick the camera up. I just cracked on. But I have done the other side before on a video, so you can see it on a previous video. But I'll show you what I've got done. Basically, we've got it all ground back, that other hole filled in. Yeah, just everything ground back, filled in and made good. So all we've got left to do is to fill it all. So any little imperfections where it divots in, sanding marks, we'll put a filler in, we'll sand it all back and make it good. But oh, that's my new finger file, the Sealy one. Yeah, it seems spot on. Also, I'm very aware that this video's getting quite long, so I don't want to make a too long a video and bore you all to death. Yeah, so I think that's we've got up to a good point. I'd just like, if I can, I don't know if I'll have a chance tomorrow, but I'd like to get these cleaned up and then these welded in, and then that's as in my head where I wanted to get up to, but we'll see. I know we've got plans for tomorrow, so, but yeah, for tonight, that's it. It's now Sunday, 9 o'clock in the morning, and yeah, we're going to get these bits in, this and this to make good. Gonna have to find some jobs that aren't that noisy to start with, because it is early. But yeah, get these put in and then we can get the video put out. We've got the first little bit cleaned up, and then you can see there where it originally welded to. I'll go back onto there like so. Welder's up and running, so I'll get this welded in. That's that one in and a bit of primer on there. Yep, that's come out good. So now we'll move on to the one that sits at the back end here. We've cleaned it up, got it ready to weld in. It might just need a little bit of hammering and moving about to get it in. But yeah, I'll start and we'll figure it out. We've got some weld-through primer on the back of there, so there's nothing left to do but to send it. I'm just gonna burn straight through this epoxy primer, hopefully. that's that done. Fully welded in, everything back in place. What did I do with that bolt? Yeah, so yeah, so all that's left to do on that part is to fill it. So like here, where you can see where I've ground it with the paint, and like all these little imperfections, you can see all this. Just put a nice coat of filler over everything, same as here at the back there, fill that, and then use some high build primer, and then when it's painted, you'd never know anyway because it's going to be covered up, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so that's that done, which is good because that was quite a big repair. I don't know if you realise, but like a repair like that takes a lot of hours of work, but I think it's worth it. You know, you're bringing the car back to life, and I won't say it'll be as good as new, but it's certainly be better than it was. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching, guys. Please give us a like and give us a subscribe as well. I see it's slowly building up, which is nice to see. But yeah, until next week, guys, I'll see you later.